This is going to be a pretty brief video. I just thought I would point out to all you Trump supporters out there that he delayed this roundup of illegal immigrants, right? And isn't that something he promised to take care of? I'm just saying. Hell, he was even they were even gonna hit legal ones that immigrated here legally. I don't think the use of force on these people is a good idea. I don't think locking them up is a good idea. And the reason I don't think that either of these things are a good idea is because what can be done to them can be done to you. A lot of people like to fantasize that they live in some free democratic society, but it's nothing more than a fantasy. You do not live in any such society. You are heavily controlled, and you are more controlled with each passing day. So, why do you even bother with any of these people? It's not just Trump. I mean, hell, I like Trump as an entertainer or a businessman, but I don't like the notion of leadership. History shows what leadership does. It plunders, it kills, it rapes, it pillages. And none of those things are good. Of course, I'm talking about political leadership. And religious leadership has been pretty bad too. And you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Same thing. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you continue to do the same thing that every generation before us has done? Bowed to the will of someone because they think they have a right to rule over you. The divine right to rule. Why do you keep playing the game? Why do you give them consent, legitimacy? Why? I mean, a gang member can one day declare that he rules over city X, Y, or Z. Just because he declares this doesn't mean he actually has the right to do so. And the same goes for any of these government officials, including Trump, until you give them the right. Give them consent. Withdraw your consent. Don't vote. Don't vote for anybody. Because none of them really, truly have your best interest at heart. And anyone who does is quickly removed from any of these positions and replaced with somebody who will play the game the way they want it played. Florida Marquis thinks Cory Booker is going to be the nominee for the Democrat side for the elections. That's a pretty good prediction. Pretty good. He pointed out that they've lost the young person vote, or are losing the young person vote, and they're not running to the Republican side, thank God. But they're disillusioned. They don't have somebody that they care to represent them. Just a bunch of old people, and I agree with that. All these people, for the most part, have been there or have been in service for generations. We need to get the old people out of there. But Cory Booker would not be a good presidential candidate. And not for the reasons you might think. He's just like Obama. We do not need any more presidents. We need a dismantled government and freedom. That's what we need. We need the freedom to use the technology that's been developed. We need the freedom to have an actual open market where the market decides who wins or loses, not a government. That's the kind of society we need to build. Not this insane militaristic monster that we've become. It's militaristic domestically and on foreign lands. It's militaristic in every way you can think of. Is that really what kind of world you want to live in? A bombed out fucking mess, smoldering rubble with fucking dazed people shuffling around, people melted into the sidewalks. Is that really the world you want? Because that's the world you're going to get. The stench will be something horrible. And if you've ever come across a dead animal and smelled that, well, that's the smell that you're going to smell for a long time. Because you keep voting for people who want to cause harm. And that's what will happen eventually if we continue to cause harm. I don't want to cause harm to anybody. All I want to do is live peacefully and freely without my space or rights as a human being being infringed upon. That's all I want. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be a spokesman. I don't want to be anything that has to do with power. All I want is to be free. Period. Why is that so much to ask for? Quit voting for these evil fucking pedophilic people. I don't know that Cory Booker's a pedophile. I don't know his deal very well. But I'll tell you what. It seems to be a thing among politicians. It seems to be a thing among people with power. And I'd be willing to bet if you did a ratio comparison to the average person being a pedophile and people with power being a pedophile, you would see on average that the powerful people would be the most likely people to do these things. Powerful meaning has state backing. So, cops, feds, court employees, so on and so forth. So, young people, my advice to you is Simple. Don't let others rule over you. Don't give anyone authority over you. Live freely. And don't give these people consent. Because once you give them consent by voting for them, you really have no right to complain anymore, because you've been a facilitator to the actions that they commit. Is that what you want? Anyway, I hope everyone has a great, great evening. It's dinner time. And until next time, kill the state, live free.